A royal milestone that defied convention shook the foundations of British royal tradition. The birth of a royal baby is usually a meticulously planned event steeped in ceremonial rituals. From Princess Diana to Kate Middleton, the tradition of stepping outside the hospital for a public photo shoot with a newborn has become an iconic and eagerly anticipated moment for fans and media alike. However, on May 6, 2019, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle chose a markedly different path when they welcomed their first child, Archie. This decision not only departed from long-standing customs, but also sparked a media uproar. The aftermath was rife with accusations, conspiracy theories, and a growing rift between the Sussexes and the press. Why did the Duke and Duchess of Sussex decide to forego tradition? Was it a deliberate attempt to safeguard their privacy? Or did it signify a broader critique of the royal family's complex ties with the media? To fully understand, we must delve into the nuances of this dramatic episode and the broken tradition it represents. For decades, royal mothers have stepped out of hospital doors, beaming yet undeniably weary, to present their newborns to the public. This practice, believed to have begun with Princess Diana in the 1980s, symbolized transparency and a connection between the royal family and their people. The Sussexes' decision to break with this custom marked a significant moment in royal history, one that continues to invite intrigue and debate. Princess Diana and later Kate Middleton refined the tradition of presenting their newborns to the public, offering heartfelt glimpses of their humanity while strengthening their bond with the public. However, when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry chose to bypass this custom and instead arranged a controlled photo session at Windsor Castle 2 days after Archie's birth, it sent shockwaves through royal observers and the media. The decision drew criticism from seasoned royal photographer Arthur Edwards, who viewed it as a deliberate affront to the media's role in chronicling royal history. The whole thing was just stage managed to suit them, Edwards remarked, a sentiment widely shared. Across media outlets, this decision further strained the already fragile relationship between the Sussexes and the press. Edwards, who has spent decades documenting both the public and private lives of the royal family, expressed frustration at what he perceived as a lack of transparency. He humorously noted that Archie was almost teething before we found out he was born, highlighting the press's sense of being misled about the birth details. For the media, the Sussexes' approach was not just a logistical hurdle, but a symbolic rejection of the traditional, symbiotic relationship between the royal family and the press. This tension only escalated over time, culminating in Harry and Meghan's high-profile decision to step back from their royal duties. From the Sussexes' perspective, their actions reflected their desire for privacy and greater control over their lives and their children's upbringing. The couple has consistently spoken about the need to protect their children from the relentless scrutiny of the media, a stance that continues to provoke debate and division. The intense scrutiny that accompanies royal life is well documented, but Meghan Markle in particular faced an unprecedented level of media intrusion and criticism, often described as racially charged. By opting for a private photo call at Windsor Castle, the Sussexes sought to retain control over one of the most intimate moments of their lives, the birth of their son, Archie. Yet this decision inadvertently sparked a wave of speculation and conspiracy theories dominating headlines and social media discussions. In an age where social media amplifies even the most far-fetched claims, Archie's birth became a hotbed for conspiracy theories. From outlandish YouTube videos alleging Archie was a hyper-realistic doll to accusations that other mothers' children were being staged for photo opportunities, the rumors were as peculiar as they were persistent. One particularly bizarre theory focused on Archie's seemingly motionless demeanor during the Windsor Castle photo call. Critics drew comparisons to the lively and expressive newborns of Prince William and Kate Middleton, questioning why Archie appeared so still in the photos. These theories, though baseless, gained traction, highlighting the challenges of navigating modern media and the unique pressures faced by Meghan and Harry in their effort to protect their family. The stillness of baby Archie in the Windsor Castle photographs became a catalyst for wild and unfounded speculation about the authenticity of the images. These baseless theories underscored the intense scrutiny Meghan and Harry faced and continue. to face with every choice they make, igniting a media feeding frenzy. While the Sussexes' fraught relationship with the press was not new, Archie's birth marked a pivotal moment. By prioritizing their own preferences over long-standing royal traditions, the couple's actions were seen by some as a rejection of royal obligations. For others, however, this move represented a necessary step toward reclaiming personal agency. In an environment of constant public expectation, the media, long accustomed to exclusive access to royal events, found itself unexpectedly sidelined. This exclusion likely intensified the backlash, as journalists and photographers accustomed to a degree of openness felt blindsided by the Sussexes' decision to limit access. This shift also reflected a broader cultural change. Meghan and Harry's approach to parenthood aligns with evolving societal attitudes toward privacy and mental health. By breaking with tradition, they drew attention to the immense pressure placed on royal mothers and the unrealistic expectation of presenting themselves and their newborns to the world so soon after childbirth. Their actions underscored the need for a more compassionate understanding of postpartum recovery and the challenges of parenting in the public eye. In the years since Archie's birth, Meghan Markle has spoken openly in interviews about the emotional toll of relentless media scrutiny and the significance of establishing boundaries. While their decisions have divided opinion, they have also sparked meaningful discussions about the balance between tradition and modernity within the royal institution. The lessons drawn from the aftermath of Archie's birth extend far beyond a single event. This controversy symbolized a deeper conflict between long-standing customs and the need for privacy, between the expectation of transparency and the right to personal autonomy. It also highlighted the tension between the royal family's collective responsibilities and the individual desires of its members. As the Sussexes continue to carve out their roles outside the royal framework, their choice to depart from tradition serves as a poignant reminder that even the most venerable institutions must adapt to remain relevant. Whether viewed as a defiance of duty or a courageous act of self-preservation, their actions challenge us to reflect on how tradition can coexist with the evolving demands of a modern world. Whether their choices are seen as a necessary assertion of independence or an unnecessary departure from tradition, one thing is undeniable. Meghan and Harry have reshaped the narrative around royal parenthood. What's your take on Meghan and Harry's decision to break with tradition? Do you view it as a bold step toward modernization, or was it a misstep that distanced them from the public and the press? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to pass this article along to others who might have an opinion. Let's continue the conversation about this royal turning point. Meghan and Harry's approach to Archie's birth not only created immediate headlines, but also illuminated the evolving role of the monarchy. For centuries, the British royal family has been a symbol of steadfast tradition. Yet moments like these highlight how even the most time-honored practices can come under scrutiny in a rapidly changing world. Their choices challenge us to reflect on the balance between respecting tradition and embracing modernity, demonstrating that evolution within institutions, even those as storied as the monarchy, is not just possible, but sometimes necessary to remain relevant in the contemporary era. The actions of the Sussexes reflected broader societal shifts in attitudes toward privacy, mental health, and personal autonomy. Increasingly, young families are challenging traditional expectations, much like Meghan and Harry did, by prioritizing their comfort and values over public opinion. But what does this signify for the future of the monarchy? Will other royal couples follow their example, or will there be a renewed emphasis on tradition to avoid similar controversies? The answer likely depends on the royal family's ability to strike a balance between meeting public expectations and respecting the individual needs of its members. At the heart of this issue lies the tension between privacy and public duty. As senior royals, Meghan and Harry were expected to uphold a degree of openness and accessibility. Yet their decision to control the narrative surrounding Archie's birth underscored the often unrealistic and inequitable demands placed upon members of the royal family. Their actions challenged long-held notions of what it means to fulfill royal duties, raising important questions about how much personal sacrifice should be required in the name of tradition. As the monarchy navigates an evolving societal landscape, Its future will likely depend on its ability to balance the public's desire for access with a more modern understanding of individual autonomy and well-being. Critics argue that by foregoing the traditional post-birth photo op, the Sussexes disregarded their duty to the public. Supporters, on the other hand, commend their courage in challenging outdated practices and prioritizing their family's well-being. This tension reflects a broader struggle faced by many public figures, navigating the delicate balance between public interest and personal boundaries. Meghan and Harry's experience illustrates that even those with immense privilege are not exempt from the intense pressures of public life. The media has long played a pivotal role in shaping public perception of the royal family. For decades, journalists and photographers have collaborated with the monarchy to document and share significant moments, fostering a mutually beneficial relationship. However, this relationship has not been without its challenges, particularly in the digital age. The rise of social media has fundamentally altered the dynamics of royal storytelling. Platforms now enable direct communication between public figures and their audiences, reducing the reliance on traditional media outlets. While this shift offers greater control over personal narratives, it also exacerbates scrutiny as social media amplifies both support and criticism. Meghan and Harry's approach to managing their media presence highlights this evolving landscape. Their decisions challenge conventional expectations, prompting reflection on how the royal family can adapt to a modern, increasingly digital world while maintaining its connection with the public. By leveraging social media to communicate directly with the public, the Sussexes redefined how royals engage with their audience, bypassing traditional media channels. Meghan and Harry, for instance, used Instagram to announce Archie's birth, a decision that underscored their intent to take control of their personal narrative. While this strategy offered them greater autonomy, it also disrupted the long-standing partnership between the royal family and the press. For traditional media outlets, this shift represented a loss of access and influence, further fueling criticism and controversy. Despite the debate surrounding their choices, Meghan and Harry's actions have undeniably left a lasting impact. They have sparked critical conversations about the evolving role of a monarchy and the need for a more compassionate understanding of the challenges faced by modern families. In many ways, their story reflects a broader cultural shift. Younger generations are increasingly questioning institutions and traditions that no longer align with contemporary values. Meghan and Harry's decision to prioritize their family's well-being over adherence to public expectations exemplifies this movement. Their legacy challenges us to consider how institutions like the monarchy can adapt to meet the demands of a changing world while respecting the individual needs of their members. As society continues to evolve, their story will likely remain a touchstone for discussions about tradition, modernity, and the balance between public duty and personal autonomy. Looking ahead, Meghan and Harry's legacy may encourage future royals to embrace their roles with greater authenticity and individuality. Whether this leads to a more relatable monarchy or creates a deeper divide between the royals and the public remains uncertain. At its heart, the story of Archie's birth is about more than just a royal family. It reflects society's ongoing debates about tradition, privacy, and the pressures of public life. The key takeaway is that even the most established institutions must evolve to meet the changing values and needs of the people they represent. Meghan and Harry's journey serves as a powerful reminder that challenging the status quo is possible, while staying true to one's principles. Whether or not you agree with their choices, their actions have undeniably sparked significant conversations that extend far beyond the gates of Windsor Castle. What's your perspective on the Sussexes' approach to Archie's birth and their decision to break from tradition? Do you see them as trailblazers leading the monarchy into the modern era, or do you believe their actions risk the institution's public image? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this article resonated with you, share it with friends and family to keep the discussion alive. Moments like these shape the future of the royal family. Let's explore their impact together.